for those of you that don't know, I'm sure most of you do, this is Bruce Smart from TeapotOne.
I do.
And he's the owner and creator of a very successful podcast called Bru Time. So, you lot are going to be on his, we're filming this for Bruce's channel, for his Bru Time, live from the Wildbad Weekender. So, you know, if you want yourself to be heard, make some noise and, you know, ask your questions. Gaz is going to be walking around with a microphone. Yeah, we're just going to do what Bruce does, but live.
Happy days.
Has it been done before?
Never a live one, no, not like this. What I'll do is I'll introduce it as if you're listening, you know, so, and then I'll say we're here in front of a live crowd, and then you lot just go daft, just shout hello, right? And then we'll just go for there.
Right then. We'll have to stop and start a couple of times for filming purposes, but you will understand.
Breaks.
And toilet breaks, yeah, because we're old and drunk. Not as drunk as last night, not yet. Right then. Whenever you are ready, Bruce.
Awesome. Everyone set to go? Everyone happy?
Do we have to have like proper silence before they start? Or?
No, let's just crack on. Right, folks, welcome back to this week's podcast. And this week we're here at Dickie Vegas's Wildbad Weekend with a live crowd. Make some noise. Nice one. So,
yeah.
Dickie, what is this all about?
First of all, mate, thank you very much for coming.
I wouldn't miss it.
It's a pleasure, absolute pleasure.
Wouldn't miss it.
You and the other lads.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Chopsy ain't coming, is he?
Yeah, Chopsy's not made it again. And where's TMF?
He's coming later.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
What?
No, sorry. Family emergency, he cannot make it, I am afraid. So they both bailed on us, Dickie. We're just going to have to make up. But we've got plenty here. Captain Pugwash, he's the naked guy with the amendment you've probably seen on the bike. He's been doing the rounds. We've got JBL Motovlogs, Jake, he's here. We've got Mr. Fish. We've got Frugalism. There's loads of different YouTubers all here. So
Just before we go any further for this, is the forward camera on and ready? Where's JBL? Where's Fish? I just want your audience to decide. I've made my mind up. I always thought that Fish was probably the most handsome man I've ever seen. Stand up. Stand up. He's a handsome lad, isn't he? Look at him. Mr. Fish, everybody. Chronicles of Mr. Fish.
Rugged, I think.
But then since meeting Jake from JBL Motovlogs, I think I fancy Jake more than I do Fish. Stand up, Jake. Look at him for a good-looking lad. So, yeah, your audience can let you know what...
He's a good-looking boy.
Isn't he? Which one wins? Fish is going to be gutted if he loses this.
It's not competitive or anything. Yeah, so, Dickie, what is Wildbad Weekend all about?
Well, Wildbad, it's a family. You know, we started this 5 years ago as the Weekender, just to get together, have some fun. Started with 30 people, and I panicked. Thought it were too many people. Egon was crapping himself when it got to 25 orders, and he's like, no more.
And how many are here now?
There's 300. 5 years later, there is 300 people. There are 300 people.
Good effort.
You lot are amazing. And basically, yeah, we've built you a big old family, a yearly event where we can all get together, have some fun, have some beers, have some live music, eat great food, and just have a whale of a time together. And we desperately all needed it this time.
Absolutely, yeah.
We've had 2 years off, obviously. It feels like it's been 5 years.
Unpleasant couple of years, hasn't it? Well, year, definitely.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been weird.
So, where's it going? What's happening with Wildbad? What's the plan?
Well, we're a touring company, really. Touring entertainment. Obviously, we've not been able to tour.
You sing, don't you, as well, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm doing a little bit tonight. If I'm not too drunk, I'll try my best. I will try my best. Yeah, well, that aside, the musician thing aside, that's what I do. I've done forever.
Yeah.
Started the whole Wildbad thing as it's just I love doing it. I love meeting people. Love riding bikes, touring, getting out in the countryside, taking photos.
Yeah.
And it's just grown into what it is now, which is a little bit of a monster, which I can't believe. It's brilliant. So thank you everybody for coming and spending your hard-earned money to be here and enjoy the time. Yeah. But yeah, Wildbad, I love it. I love it to bits. I get stressed and I moan about it a lot because you have to deal with a few turds every now and then. But I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. So
absolutely.
And look now, it's amazing. So
in terms of your tours, when do they start?
We're going to Ireland in a couple of weeks.
Ooh. Ooh.
I can't wait.
Beautiful.
But I've really not been thinking about it because I've been thinking about this.
Right.
So as soon as this is finished tomorrow night, I'll start getting really excited about going to Ireland for the first time in what feels like 5 years. So can't wait. And then we're going. I run a yearly one to northern Spain.
Yeah, Picos.
Picos de Europa. Beautiful for those that have never been. Those that have been will completely agree with me. It's the best place you can go on a motorbike. It's amazing. So
Absolutely.
we're doing that early October, all being well with everything as it is, you know.
And that's going to be on the channel as well.
That'll be on the channel at some point. Yep.
Folks, if you're listening to the podcast or you're watching it, obviously if you're here, you know all about Dickie's channel. If you wonder why I keep calling him Dickie, it's because it really annoys him. So Dickie Vegas is his name.
Where did that start? Can you remember?
About 9 pints into one of our first podcasts, you and I did.
No, but where did that start from? It was you that started it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
a new bit. So from then on,
I
it's
were
just
asked,
stuck.
if you remember, I were asked to speak at the London bike show about the American tour we did.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What's his name who runs it?
Nathan
Millwood. So he made all the big posters. I said, "Hey mate, do you want to just check the posters are right?" And he'd written on one poster, 12:30, talking about the American tour, Richy Vida. Then the other poster said Richy Vega. I'm like, Jesus, it's not that hard, is it? And he said, "Well, it serves you right for having an exotic name." So you changed it to Vegas, and then it soon became Dickie Vegas, and then it soon became Dickie Anus, and then that changed into Sticky Anus. So we'll leave off of those alone.
That's a T-shirt that's coming later. Yeah, awesome. So, folks, if you're not already aware of Dickie's channel, head to Richy Vida on YouTube, and you will be able to see all the previous sort of trips that you've done.
Yeah, there's loads. There's 600, 700 videos of, we toured all the way across America.
Have you been to America?
I have. Should we
Did
talk
I
about
tell
it?
you about the time I went around the world?
No, tell me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, all the way.
What time's that? Who won the sweepstake? So that's about 5 minutes, I think. It's not bad.
We do it because we love it, don't we? I mean,
Absolutely, yeah.
that must have been incredible for you.
I don't like to talk about it.
He's opening. I'm slowly opening his floodgates. Bush.
Tell me about America.
We met a bounty hunter called. There you go. I thought you were going to shoot me. You're horrible.
Right, I think we've sort of got limited time. We're going to be cracking on with some bands and everything like that later, aren't we? So I think what the normal plan is, if you listen to the podcast all the time, you folks that are here, if you've never heard it before, normally we have a bit of a flim-flam, but we've done 2 of these already.
I thought you were going to say a little bit of a fling. Well, we do that all the time anyway.
That's ongoing, isn't it, brother?
And as I said to everybody at this weekend, I've got a lot of love to give this weekend. You and Fish have had most of it, I think.
I missed him out on that one. Is that why he's unwell today?
Fish is like, get off me.
Yeah, so we've got a load of questions. People have posted a load of questions up on social media and my Patreon and stuff. And then we're also going to go to you guys on the floor. If you've got any questions for us, we'll pass the mic out to you and we'll just wing it. See how we get on.
Yep, let's have a bit of fun. Some beers.
Awesome. First off...
What are you boozing, by the way?
John Smith's.
Atlantic.
Slash. Excuse us.
Didn't think that bit through, did you? With the microphone
I
being
didn't.
there.
But, where there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly.
Right, so first off, we'll go to my clan over on Patreon, patreon.com/TeapotOne. First one, and he's here. Where are you, Pete English? Where are you? Stand up. Where are you?
He doesn't like the limelight.
No, not at all.
Look at him. Stand up, Pete. Stand up. Everybody, that's Pete English.
Infamous. He's been on the podcast as well. Pete, do you want to ask the question yourself, or do you want me to read it out?
Pete wants to ask it himself. Make him do it, because he'll not like it. There's a microphone coming, Pete. Don't worry.
Right, we're going to do that. We're going to do this with a mic.
He likes the infamy of his name being read out and spoke about, but he doesn't like people actually seeing him.
It's Gaz doing his what was she called on the old treasure hunt? What was she called? Remember on treasure hunt? Annika Rice.
Annika
that's the one.
Rice.
Thank you very much.
Annika.
Come on, Annika. Let's see.
Calling him Annika.
This is what. Yeah, we'll figure one out. I'll get you a beer. How about that?
Got three questions.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
I don't know what you did wrong, Pete.
Okay, Pete.
If your significant other had to choose the title of your autobiography, what would it be called?
I know instantly.
What would it be called, Laura? She's here, by the way. Mummy's embarrassed, baby. I don't know, what would he be called? Yeah, where is he? That'd probably be it. I saw him on Wednesday. Yeah.
Come on, hurry up.
I don't know, Pete, I don't know. What would it be, Loz? Well, what? The thing here is, a lot of people think that I'm touring all the time, don't they? I get it all the time. People say, I don't know how she copes. She must be a really good one. She is a good one. She must be really good because she never sees you. I'm like, I think so. Yeah. I think so. But I'm not actually aware half as much as it looks. So we do all right. I don't know, Pete. Next question.
Shite.
I've got one for my missus. I know 100%.
My daughter's there as well, Pete, remember?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. We do have some younger audience members. My missus would call it knobhead.
Would she?
Yeah, that's what she calls me.
Just that?
Just knobhead. That would be it.
It's a statement.
Yep.
Wash.
I know my place. What was the second one, Pete?
Well, I'm going to skip. So the next question is, who have you put in charge of deleting your web history if the worst were to happen?
He's great at these, isn't he? Yeah, I delete it immediately after every...
Why, what are you looking at?
Every time I use it.
Yeah, I'm not answering.
Next. Is that it, Pete? I thought there were three.
He doesn't like
He really doesn't like that,
He doesn't like the middle question.
Oh, dear.
Right, next one that we've got here is Matt Jordan. Hi to both. If Bike vs. Planes was made into a box office movie, which actors do you think would play the starring roles?
Oh, that's a good one.
I'd have to be The Rock, obviously.
Well, A Rock or The Rock?
It's more like a pile of mud, I think.
Chopsy would be... well, he's a speed demon, isn't he? Chopsy is crackers on a bike.
He thinks he is.
He is, though, isn't he?
No.
Isn't he?
No, he's not.
Serious?
He can wheelie, that's about it.
He got the fastest bike on the road, almost. He's actually selling it, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's too fast for him.
Oh, is he a little girl? I didn't know that, Chopsy. I didn't know that.
TMF's got to be Harry Hill, obviously.
Harry, because he looks like him.
It's 100%.
How are we going to say like Tom Cruise?
What, TMF?
Yeah, well, he thinks he's super cool, doesn't he?
Don't buff him up any more than he needs. No, Harry Hill.
Who
Elmer Fudd. Oh, that's genius. That's genius.
Who would I be? Go on, then you can answer that one.
Jeez.
Who would do me?
Oh, yeah.
Elvis?
Who? Jack
Black.
That'll do.
That will do, yeah. I'd like
That'd be
to see
a good
that,
film.
actually.
I'd watch it.
I would.
Yeah. Right, next one. Ravenshead Rider. So, out of you all, who is the biggest faffer? Ooh.
Out of you all, as in what?
I think probably out of me, you, TMF, and Chops. Personally, I think it's down to me and Chops.
Are you a faffer?
I can be a bit of a faffer, yeah. Just because the GoPros never blooming work.
Can't bloody... I know you've moaned about it, but I've never had a single issue with my 8 at all.
Yeah, all right, okay.
No, I'm saying I don't know. You moan about it and say you have
no one likes
issues all the time. What's wrong with it?
Well,
have you updated your firmware?
Yes, I have.
Are you sure?
Well, you GoPro support.
You'd have more sense from me
Switch
than
it
GoPro
off, switch
support.
it back on again. Yeah, I've done all that. Yeah, I think it would be down to me and Chops, to be honest. I'll say Chops because he's not here. Next one. Tony. Tony's here. Tony, Hannum. Where are you, Tony?
Hi, Din.
Is he asleep? Tony, do you want to ask the question?
Not really.
No?
There
Are you
you
sure?
go. Microphone's at the side of you.
If I can remember it correctly, what does it feel like when strangers come up to you and talk to you like they've known you for like years and you have got no idea who they are?
That's right. Yeah, we get asked this a lot, don't we?
Yep.
And me personally, I love it. I love people coming up and chatting to you, but it is weird because some people don't even introduce themselves, so they just come up and start chatting to you like they've known you for years, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But on our part, you're like, I've got no idea who are you know. At least tell me your name so I can remember who you are compared to comments and things.
I hate calling someone mate.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
disrespectful, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
But exactly what Bruce was just saying. People do tend to come up and just say, you know, I Richie, whatever, blah, 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 and shake your hand, and we're chatting away, and then I think 5 minutes has gone now, and I don't know who you are. And I've probably spoke to him many times, and I feel terrible. I feel terrible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if just for future reference, if anybody's watching, Yeah, please introduce yourself when you do that. It's lovely. I love it, and like
It's
Bruce
what
was
it's
saying,
all about, isn't it?
it's a really lovely feeling, especially when you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one we did actually on the recent our recent Aberystwyth trip. We pulled up outside an army barracks. So you kind of expect it to happen if you're with bikers of any genre, whatever. But so you'd expect someone to come up and say that to you because it'd be normal. They'd probably seen the channel if they're a biker. But pulled up outside this army barracks, and I was already thinking, I don't think we should be here because there were loads of soldiers about with guns. Like, we shouldn't be here, lads. And then this sergeant come walking over to me, and I'm like, oh no, here we go. Oh, he's going to tell me off. And he just put his hand out and said, "Hey, Richie, I'm a big fan of your channel." I'm like, "What?" That really shocked me, and I didn't know what to say.
Is that like the weirdest one?
I thought he was going to say, "Right, get out, I'm going to shoot you." I don't think soldiers do that, but yeah, that was a weird one.
I used to, for anyone that doesn't know, I used to be in the old Bill. I used to work at Downing Street and stuff. So you'd be stood at Downing Street, with your gun and everything, and you just get these blokes that would walk up and down the front of it. They plainly want to catch your eye and say hello, but they come across as a total lunatic. You're thinking, who is this? Are they going to blow up? What is going on?
Yeah.
And in the end, they're just like, are you Teapot? Are you Teapot? Hello, Teapot.
I wouldn't dare speak to you if you were dressed like that.
Right, next one. Mike. Philip Mike's here. Where are you, Mike? Are you sure? Okie dokie. Mike Phillipson, question for Dickie V. When are you going to give up the day job and do this motorbike vlogging YouTube malarkey thing full time? Look at Bruce, he might be skint, but he's living the dream and loving life. I'm into that, brother.
Well, you have to do what you can do, don't you? And that's it. Yourself, you were kind of dropped in it.
Yeah.
You made the step, but then everything went to crap. The world went to overnight almost.
That was handy, wasn't it? 2 weeks.
But that just shows you that you can make it happen.
Aye.
You're fine.
You will make it. You'll make it happen. For anyone that's out there that's thinking of doing something like this. If it's something you want to do, you'll make it happen. You just
if it's in you to
make
do it,
ends
you
meet.
can do it. Yeah, exactly.
If you have to get another job, you get another job.
Yeah.
You just
the thing is, like, people, not very many actually, but you do get some people moaning about adverts on videos.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to watch these adverts. You can just skip them or click them off, whatever. But because that advert's being shown on your video, it gives us a bit of revenue. So all the years of editing, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, where you're like, for no money whatsoever. It's nice that when you get to a certain point that adverts can be placed on your videos.
Yeah.
And you can get a little bit of money back for your hard work. So really, it is a job really, and it takes up more time doing this than it does in any day job.
Oh God, yeah. You never work so hard.
But
he says sat and drinking a beer, having a whale of a time.
I think we said that once at Toro. Like, today,
another day in the office.
Day today.
Yeah. No, but it is for me. For me personally, I've found it really hard. The transition from it being your passion and your hobby and enjoying making vids to all of a sudden it's your living, and you've got to start putting that business head on. And I found that really hard.
Yeah.
Like trying to treat stuff as in what's going to be the best revenue earner, getting the most views, and I hate the old clickbait thing.
I know.
But YouTube is that sort of perverse little game. You need to do the YouTube thing. You need to try and trigger the algorithm.
Yeah.
And it's tough. I've had people messaging me going, right, I want to go full time. How do I do it? What do I do? It's hard to answer that.
It is hard to answer it because you've really got to. You've got a lot of things that you need to do, like paying bills. I mean,
exactly. We've all got mortgages and bills to pay. So.
And the revenue's never a given thing, is it? It's all over the place.
So much, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
it really does fluctuate. People don't realise that. It's seasonal as well. Straight after Christmas, it just disappears, doesn't it? Yet on the build up to Christmas, you're like, I'm going to buy a Ferrari.
I'm going to say Rolls Royce orders in.
Keep this coming.
Well, not really Rolls Royce orders.
Might get a Fiesta, maybe. Yeah. But it's. What was the question? Oh yeah, Mike. When are you going to go full time?
You've just got to keep on going and see what happens. I don't know.
Is that a plan for you?
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to. I would love to make that happen. As I said before, I absolutely love it. I think if you're a creative person, going out and doing the ride is one thing. Creating a little package, what did I used to call it? Creating a little parcel of beauty to give to the world, and then move on to the next one.
He's so soft, isn't he? And he's soft.
Yeah. But, it's something you're proud of, and if it's in you to do it, you have to do it. That's why during the pandemic when we couldn't ride, so we all had to basically leave the keys in the garage, not in the bike, couldn't touch the bike. So being a musician, I just thought, and obviously not being able to play live music either, I just thought I need to create something because that's what I do. So I just recorded a load of songs in my garden at home. Every day. I think I did like 55 songs or something.
They went there. You released them every day.
Every day, one every day, yeah.
Yeah.
And it would do me the world of good as a creator.
Yeah.
Because again, if that's what you do and you can't do it all of a sudden, it's hard work. So
what's going on with those songs?
What do you mean?
Are you doing anything with them? Are you doing a little playlist or what?
Yeah, they'll be on Spotify eventually when I can get my finger out. I've had a Wildbad Weekender to organise.
Yeah, what are you doing? Hurry up, come on. Right, next one. Adam86. Hi, Bruce and all. The question is for you, TMF lamb chops, if they are there.
Of course they're not.
Obviously. What did TMF call? No, we'll not go there now, will we?
No, my daughter's there.
We best not, yeah.
She's not there anymore.
Right, in that case, no. Really enjoyed watching the race between the bikes and planes. I've even watched it on all your channels. Have you ever considered doing either of the following? A, rerunning the race with a fully functional plane, maybe in a different location, or B, doing your own version of a fly holiday, getting TMF to fly you to somewhere like Toro Adventures or similar in the UK, tour, and then fly back again.
That would be brilliant.
We haven't thought of
imagine,
that.
clubbing together, giving TMF a couple of quid, fly us to wherever we're going to ride to.
He's meant it.
The bikes versus plane thing was fantastic.
Oh, awesome.
We had so much fun making that. It was brilliant, and the views were just rubbish.
Terrible.
We had so much fun, but so much work went into creating it as well, and obviously not to mention costs with the plane and everything.
Yeah.
And it was just like everyone were like, it's just like Top Gear. Like, yeah, but we're not being paid like £1 million to do this. It's just us.
It cost TMF like 500 quid. Yeah. If you don't know, we
did get very drunk though.
We had a good time, yeah. Basically, over a few beers, we decided it would be a good idea for TMF to get a plane, and he was going to fly from one location to another, and then we were all going to get on bikes and ride bikes and race him to that location, and then you ended up jumping in the plane with TMF, didn't you?
Because he randomly promised that he'd take me up one day, so we thought, let's tie this together, so we did it.
Yeah, so you did a bit of filming as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
So then there was me, Chops, and we had Andy Mancom come over from Germany who went on an electric bike. Chops was on his H2, and I had the GT, the Super Duke
That's
GT.
It, yep.
But I had just had a complaint in, so I was under investigation in my job for speeding and stuff. So I had to stick to the speed limit, and they didn't. And as it turned out, your plane nearly burnt into flames, didn't it?
I've never done this before. So I'm thinking, well, obviously TMF knows what he's doing. He does know what he's doing. You do know what you're doing, Andy. So we get in this plane. I'm panicking because I'm thinking, my daughter, my family, and I'm going up in a little like tin box kind of thing, what it feels like, because you're like, ugh. And he's like, yeah, it's cool, it's all right. And he's doing all these like proper checks in them, reading all this stuff that I'm just like going, what? Like, might as well be speaking Japanese. And anyway, we get to, what was the airfield?
Oh, I can't remember.
Anyway, we get to the airfield.
White Whittam? Is it White Whittam? Oh, no, Goodwood.
Goodwood.
Cheers, Goodwood. We started at Goodwood and we had to get
So we get there, fantastic. We had a bit of food, and then that's when the challenge started. So we go back to the plane. These have all gone left already. We go to the plane, and Andy's going, right, do my checks again. All right, yep. Under the engine, you have to check absolutely everything before you take the plane up. And he's checking this bit under the plane, and I thought, I'm sure that looks like it's disconnected. I'm like, I don't know if he's seen that, but he must have seen it because it's TMF. Of course he's seen it. He's going around to the other side of the plane, and this thing I'm looking at is just disconnected. It's going like this to me. And I just thought, I've got to say something, but I assume that's supposed to be like that. And Andy went, no, it isn't.
You'd already flown there, though, hadn't you?
Yeah, we'd flown there
that morning.
And it was basically a fuel line.
Yeah.
He said, I don't think I'm very happy flying a plane with a fuel line that could be spitting fuel over a red hot engine. I'm like,
2,000 feet up in the air.
So we had to go and find an engineer, and it was so slow, and I was thinking we've lost this. Easily we would have won, no problem. And I think we were like 45 minutes before we even took off. So we had to go and find an engineer who basically cleared it, he said, yes, it'll be absolutely fine. It cannot do anything to the plane. It's absolutely fine. Just when you get to where you're going, get a mechanic to check it. And I don't think it was a fuel line or it was like an overflow or something. Anyway, it's not really important, and the plane flew fine. But you imagine knowing that this thing's flapping around, and then a bloke's just said, yeah, you'll be all right. And then he's like, come on, then let's go. I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to fly. I'm not sure if I want to go up. And then halfway through the flight, he's like, there you go then, Rich, you take over. I'm like, oh my God. Tried my best, but I was panicking so much. Someone commented on me, I took like a thumbnail for the video, and it looks like I'm squeezing the life out of the
it not
a steering wheel, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it, controls. But it was so much fun, and
it was a great gig. We learned a lot from it.
A lot of time and effort went into it, and it didn't really do very well. So that kind of thing it kind of puts you off creating something that special again, because on the opposite side of that, you can do a video that, you know, one camera angle that's taken you half an hour to film, not really any substance, and it does fantastic.
Yeah.
So it just makes you think, I'm not putting the effort in, but I guess the effort's just for us, I suppose.
But we moved to, I don't know if any of you have seen, we did the Big Little Adventure where we did the 125cc's, and that one we split it right across the 3 channels.
That was amazing.
Like with Fish as well. Fish is here. And that worked a bit better, didn't it?
Yeah.
So in terms of the next thing, we hadn't thought about that. A wee flight, get TMF to fly us.
That'd be brilliant.
I want you to check the plane first, not him.
Yeah, he does his proper checks. I'll just be like, are you sure about that one?
We keep talking about doing the next thing, but obviously COVID got in the way, didn't it? So,
yeah.
But yeah, we'll get on that. We'll get that something sorted. Next one, Mark Fulcher. Hey, up me ducks. Question for all. As I'm sure you've all had a few shandies by now, he knows me well, you might as well open up the floor a little. So, out of you all...
Bruce, one sec. Atlantic, if anybody's going. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, wow. Are we
time, Jay?
Are we child friendly at the moment?
Are we at time on the camera? Yeah.
He's asking, who's the biggest willy watcher in the loos? Who looks best in a dress, and who's got the most feminine hands? You've got the feminine hands. Actually, you don't. I thought you did. No,
I've got the biggest hands in this room, I guarantee. If anybody's got hands bigger than me in this room, I will give you 50 quid. Come here.
Oh, mate, have you seen the size of this geezer? Oh. I would say you're 50 quid lighter. I would say you're 50 quid lighter. Look at your missus looking at you. You twat.
I've left my wallet at home. I've never met anybody with bigger hands than me. Yeah, my dad is my dad, so he made me. Of course, look at them.
He is about 7'2".
I have definitely not got, feminine hands.
Right, what's the other one? Who looks best in a dress? Got to be TMF.
TMF. He put that video up, not a video. He put a thumbnail up of him in black lycra shorts. He didn't have that in. I don't think he had it in. He probably does regularly.
You never know with TMF. He may well have done.
That was fantastic when he did that.
Oh, man.
Started putting a butt plug in the corner of every video he did to see if anyone noticed it. And I'll tell you something as well, that if you've never actually met Andy, it's a real shame that he's not coming.
Yeah, I know.
The person he's created online, and he will not mind me saying this. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. He will not mind me saying this. When we all met for the first time at Toro Adventure, I don't think none of us had met, had we?
No, not in person. No.
So, we kind of know each other because of what we do. And everyone's like, oh, you're probably not going to get on with Andy. He's not that kind of, he's not your kind, is he? And I tell you something, he is the fruitiest, filthiest, most potty-mouthed man I've ever met.
He's awesome, yeah.
He's so much fun. He's amazing. So, yeah, the man that he's created online isn't necessarily himself.
Mark's last question, and finally, in a 100-metre dash for a pint, who would win? Go. Obviously. I will fall over and die at the end of it, but I would
win that, but if the last person there had to pay for it, you would win it.
Oh, yeah. Racist. Right, next one. Adam86. Hi again. This is for all. You guys get to go away on some pretty amazing trips and get to show us your adventures. However, I sometimes can't help feeling sorry for your undoubtedly better halves having being left at home to get on with the daily grind. My question is, have you ever considered giving Mrs. Teapot and the other wags a break away together?
Wags.
Ask them to make their own vlog. Oh, where do you think they'd go? And most importantly, what secrets do you think they'd reveal about you? Sheesh. I'm awesome, so she'll have nothing to say about me.
Don't know. She's there. Let's ask her. Where's that mic?
No pressure. No pressure.
Mrs. Vida, everybody.
Hello, Mrs. Vegas.
Stand up and give him a twirl.
Oh, she's like you. She hates the attention.
She's gone all hot. It's like, oh dear.
Would you do a vlog with the other halves?
No.
Would you not?
No.
With the other girls?
Would you just go out for a gin, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Right, and then we'll maybe tag a camera.
You're loving this, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not.
My missus does not get the whole YouTube thing. She's just
What
like,
do you
why
mean?
do people watch your video? Oh, I've got no idea, but they do. Because she falls asleep. They say, well, she just ignores me and walks away as soon as I start talking.
I think with you, I'm just in the office all the time. You're like, oh, what are you working on? I'm like, sometimes you'll ask me questions like, what are you working on? Or what is it you're doing? I'm like, oh, it's this video, blah, blah, blah. Well, what does that do? I'm like, what? I don't need to tell you because you won't really understand what it is anyway. I might as well be speaking Japanese to you because you don't know what it is. So you're like, oh, I'm just asking. But without my head's in it, like, because when you're half into an edit,
Yeah.
you fully have to be zoned in as well, don't you?
Yeah. You sort of switch off to everything else, don't you?
What's that do then? Well, that just does this. Yeah, but like.
Right. There's some more over on like Insta and stuff. How about we chuck it open to the floor and get you guys involved? Who's got a question? Anyone got a question? Dickie will answer.
Microphone. Oh, see, this is what it needs, Pete. See, he wanted the microphone. He wanted the microphone, not hiding from it.
Thank you. So, Bruce,
Yep.
Richie, and Fish, you've all got a free weekend. So you decide to go for a nice romantic camping weekend together. On the way there, one of the tents falls off.
Yeah.
Only leaving two-man tents. Who shares a tent with who, and who's the first one into the last remaining tent?
I will share with Fish, and I'll bring special aftershave as well.
Happy days.
Easiest question ever.
He's a good-looking boy, is Fish, isn't he? He's a good-looking boy. I'm happy with that.
In you go.
Anyone else got a
Zip.
question? There were some hands going up. Oh, Jolene. Oh, no, right.
Right, guys. So, money being no object,
It isn't, obviously, because we're YouTubers.
because you're absolutely loaded with
TMF's not here. Yep.
And you had to pick 3 bikes. What 3 bikes would you pick?
Super Duke R.
Each of you.
To own.
To own, yeah.
Super Duke R have to be one of them. New Super Duke R.
The Rocket 3, 100%.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
down here by the side. This is it. Thank you to Triumph, by the way, for lending me this for this weekend. The Rocket 3 GT, though, not the R. This is the R. The GT is the more forward controls, bigger
Nice,
bars.
isn't it? Nice.
I love it. Absolutely love it. This one's a bit more of a... Seems a bit more of a handful, but that's probably to do with the biblical amounts of rain that we had.
Honestly, genuine. I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth. That Honda Goldwing, the new Honda Goldwing, fantastic.
100%. And you...
I feel about 106 saying that.
Yeah, but
it is
genuinely,
amazing.
though, genuinely, that... It
I
changed,
hate the fact it's so good.
But it changes everything you've ever thought about it. A guy used to come riding with us years ago, and he had a Goldwing, and we always used to say, Jesus, he's a tasty rider, he is. Like, you can't keep up with him. It's not until I rode one myself that I thought, these are so easy to ride, and you can flick them everywhere.
Well,
it's so easy.
The way the same as the Sun. They're just welded to the floor, and you can lean them on the rear. Yeah,
brilliant.
awesome bike.
And you like that one as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
You were
comfy for
happy
other
on the
people.
Do
you know, my missus turned round to me and she said, "Oh, these are nice. Buy one." I was like, "It's
of all
£32,000.
Of all bikes for it.
yeah. Do you not want the Sinus 125? You get one of them for like £2,000.
Oh, it's what we said. Is it 3 each or just 3? 3 each.
You got the Rocket.
The Rocket's definitely.
Goldwing.
The Goldwing got to be.
God, you're old. Yeah.
Forgetting the VFR, let's say. So
Best bike in the world, yes.
Goldwing,
He knows it. He knows it.
Rocket, and C90. Cub.
The Cub.
Honda Cub. That's one of the. That is probably the best bike in the world. It is. It really is.
It was a scream. That was a scream.
Cub, Fish. It's the best bike in the world.
I'd have Super Duke R. I'm going to have to say Goldwing. And for me, it would be... Ooh. It can either be the Tractor or that new KTM. At the moment, out of the ones I've ridden.
Yeah.
So either the new Super Adventure
What, the
S.
Super Adventure? I've not had the pleasure yet.
It's awesome, but, you know, it's hit and miss as to whether or not it starts. But it is an awesome bike when it does go.
Don't open that about KTM. Bloody hell.
I know my GS won't start tomorrow now, will it? But
I will say, though, KTM, they're amazing.
aye.
I know they have bad press with things like that, and for some reason they've still not sorted the electrical gremlins. But what an engine!
For the ground factor.
What an engine!
Oh, so that new LCA is just mint. Mega. So that'll be my 3.
Cheers, Pete.
Another question? Yes. Worst bike I've ever ridden. Ooh, wow. Worst bike. That's a difficult one.
There's no bad bikes.
Not new ones.
You have like your own taste where things don't really, sit with you. For me, I don't mean to upset anybody, because I will get it, and I got so much flack for saying this on video, but the Tiger 900 GT Pro, really, I felt really underwhelmed with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd built it up to something in my head, so that's why it didn't feel what I wanted it to. Not a bad bike in any way. It's still a great bike, but I don't know. I just thought, yeah. I wanted it to set me alight, you know, because it looks incredible. Beautiful looking bike.
I was like that with the new BMW R18, you know, the big cruiser they got, that 1.8. I was expecting so much out of that bike, and it yeah.
Not for you.
I couldn't even be bothered to ride it back, to be honest. I'll just leave it here.
It's
it did nothing for me.
Your
that
own
bike.
taste, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. You can't it won't corner. I mean, like a roundabout and you scrape the nuts off the engine.
On top of that, mate, do you ever feel under pressure to give something a goodish review?
No way, never.
Well, yeah,
No.
so like kind of feel duty bound to big it up and give it a goodie? No, 100% no.
I'll tell you, can I just jump in? My first one,
No.
my first press bike, my first, when I thought things are moving here, things are changing a little bit with the channel. Okay, you can have this brand new VFR to do what you want with. So I'm like, wow, okay. And I'm respectful. I look after my things. I look after other people's things more so, So anyway, I had this VFR. Went up to the Lake District. Had a great time. Made a couple of cool videos. Absolutely loved the bike. Really loved it. Put it back in. This is gonna stir the honey pot. Put it back in my van to take it back, or should I say, Gaz put it back in my van to take it back to Honda.
Look at his face.
Strapped it in. Look at his face. Anyway,
the lips going.
I'll let him interject in a minute. So this is way back, I think, in 2018. I even polished it all up to take it back. Thank you so much for allowing me to have this bike. It's been fantastic. Thank you. Put it back in the van, strapped it in. And my old van that I had, it used to be racked, and I had like a safe, like a tool safe.
Yeah.
It was quite a sharp tool safe. Anyway, for whatever reason, we loaded. I think we probably got. I don't know why. Anyway, we put the bike in. Gaz strapped it down. I'll say that again. Gaz strapped it down. And I went back to Honda UK to take this bike back. Halfway there, I'm thinking, something don't feel right. Anyway, I pulled up in a petrol station. Opened the back door, like... Oh no. Oh no, oh my God. I rings Gaz. No, I sent Gaz a picture of it, and he's like, "Oh mate, what you done?" I'm like, "What have I done?" You strapped this bike in, and it's been going like this all the way to Peterborough, like bosh, 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 bosh. Basically completely ruined both sides. I don't mean like a little scratch. It had taken chunks out of the fairing. It was ruined down the sides. Gaz is like, well, every driver should check his load.
Which he did, I will tell you that. And I said, "You happy with that, mate? Are it strapped down?" And he went, "Yeah, sir."
Yeah, I looked at it. I didn't check it. I just looked at it.
But I'm right.
I would have trusted you to do a
Who's
good
the
job.
driver here? Do you check your loads?
Bang.
He
Drop
will
that
not. He
mic,
will not
guys.
take
Drop
that.
the mic. Drop it.
Yeah. But then the rest of the journey to Honda, I'd rung her saying, "Hey, it's Rich. I'm due to drop this bike off, and I really look after things I do." Because I'm thinking this is my very first press loan. And I just thought, well, if I have to pay for it, I have to pay for it. And she was laughing. She's like, "What's up?"
Not
I'm like,
bothered in
no,
the slightest.
honestly, something's happened in the van, and it's been going like this. And honestly, I felt sick. Pressing the little call button for Honda to open the big gates. And she obviously told the lads who came to see me to take it off. They were laughing. And they just took it off, and they were just like, "Mate, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. You should see the state that some of these press bikes come back in."
They're
I
amazing.
took the Goldwing back. Honda, same place. Took the Goldwing back, and I said, "I'm really sorry. I've really been enjoying myself on this bike." And at one stage, I did actually scrape the foot pegs. I said, "Oh, don't worry." One journalist brought it back with half the exhaust missing because he'd been hanging it over a corner that far that it scraped all the exhaust off. So really, don't worry about it. But
Excellent. Can I get another for a week?
That feeling knowing that I'd ruined this bike was horrible. But I thought that were me. They'd be like big, blacklisting my name and do not give him any more. Yeah. As it turns out, since I've sold about 50 Africa Twins for him, so I can have whatever I want.
Going from what you were saying, Ian, about feeling like you're compelled to give something a positive review. I know we're both like that, and I know Chops and TMF are the same. There's no point in trying to BS people because I can't. I'm a crap liar. I can't do that anyway, and I know most people are like that. People see through it, and at the end of the day, if you say something's great without quantifying why you think it's great, and then you go and you spend your hard-earned money on that, and you're like, "This is a bag of poo," well, you're never going to believe anything I say ever again, are you? So
exactly, yeah. The integrity is shot. You spent a long time to build your reputation up.
Definitely.
As soon as people start seeing through that, you're done. Yeah. So.
And it does bite you in the bum sometimes, because if you do say something's bad, or you're not shouting from the rafters like maybe other people do about a certain thing, certain kit, bit of bike, you do sort of go down a little bit further down in the queue, don't you?
Yeah.
But as you said, integrity is everything.
I'd rather not have any more bikes at all.
Aye.
If someone said, "Okay, you can have this," you've got to really say this. I'm like, "I don't want it, and I don't want it anymore." I'd happily never ever do another press bike ever again. If my decision had to be swayed in any way. But really, they're fantastic, aren't they? They're just take the bike, just do what you want, say what you want, really do what you want with it.
Basically, your job is just to abuse that bike, isn't it? Within reason, is abuse it and see how you get on. Anyone else got a question?
Go on, Kev. Right. And then I'm going to need little boys' room very, very soon.
Right, this is a question for you, Rich. Big strapping lad, as we know Rich is. Are you able...
Thanks for noticing.
Are you able to bump start a KTM 1290 Super Duke?
Look how happy he is.
He's loving it.
So some of you may know, I've said it on many videos, that Kev lives up in Norway, by the way. He's travelled all the way from Norway to see us again. What a legend. So what Kev used to do, he's got British registered bikes, lives in Norway. It would cost thousands and thousands and thousands to register it as a Norwegian bike. So he leaves it as a UK bike, but because of that, he can keep it up in Norway, but he has to come back every year to MOT. So he has to ride it down to MOT it, back from Norway to here, and take it back. I've just figured out why we're friends. You're using me.
I don't know, how long was that Super Duke in your garage for?
It lives there.
It's still going to be there most probably till next May.
But so we decided, and there's room, and I just said, "Mate, if you want to keep it at mine, whenever you come on these trips, just fly down. Cost you a lot of money to fly down. How much was your flight to come from Norway to here?"
£4.12.
That's incredible. So basically, he flies down. His bike's already there, and I've got permission as babysitting duties to use it whenever I want to use it. So anyway, I'd said to Kev a good while ago, "Mate, do I need to put a charger on your bike or anything?" He's like, "No, just leave it. It's got a lithium battery, so you it's fine, honestly. So anyway, okay, no problem. So about a few weeks ago, it was baking hot, and I thought, I'm going to go out on Kev's bike. And again, being the respectful person I am, even though he's given me permission to use it whenever I want to use it, I ring him and say, I plan on just going out for a little ride. I'm going to make a video. Would you mind if I did it on your bike? Not at all. Go for it. Okay, cool. Gets all my stuff on, you know, gloves on, whatever. Absolutely baking. I need to get out of the garage because it's baking hot. Click, click, click. Oh, okay, I'll just bump it. No problems. Pushed it out onto the road. We live at the top of a hill. Get it onto the road, no problem whatsoever. Dropped it into second. Okay, never mind. I'll tell you what, I'll go into third. Into third, okay. No way would it bump. No way. I'm like, come on, you're gonna bump in a minute. At which time I realised I'm at the bottom of a hill. I'm like, oh no, I've got to push it, and it's so baking hot. I couldn't take my helmet off because I didn't want to like put it on my hand and risk scratching it, you know, pushing the bike up. So I had to push the bike all the way to the top of the hill. At the bottom of the hill, at the very bottom of the hill, when I turned it round, a fella said to me, "Hey mate, are you all right? Do you need a charger? I've seen you trying to bump it." I said, "I can't, mate. It's got thank you very much, I can't, but it's got a lithium battery, so I've got to get it all the way. I've got to push it back up." He says, "Okay, no problems. I've got my normal charger. If you know," I said, you can't put a normal charger onto a lithium battery. So, thank you very much, but I can't." Pushed it all the way up and nearly died. In fact, when I got home, I couldn't. Where's Laura? I couldn't breathe, could I? I went into the house and I just like had to have water. I'm like, I'm obviously wet through. And she's like, "Oh my God, what's happened? What's happened?" I'm like, anyway, drunk this water and I told her. My heart's pounding out of my chest. Anyway. I thought, right, okay, I'll order a new battery for you, whatever. I can't remember what we said we were going to do there, but anyway.
Just order a battery for us and get it put.
I took the seat off, found where the battery is. It's not lithium at all. So the fella at the bottom of it could have just sorted it for me. "Kev, this battery's not lithium." "Oh, I thought it was." So yeah, a Super Duke will not bump. No matter what weight's on it, no matter what hill you're on, the compression's that much, it will not bump.
Well,
that was very. I very nearly told you to take your bike back. But anyway, yeah, no. To answer your question, you cannot bump that car, that bike. Well, I can't anyway.
Do you want to do a pee break?
Yeah, let's do a pee break.
Right, grab yourselves a beer. We'll be back in 5.
Right then.
Right, folks, how are we getting on? Shall we crack on?
Best of order, please. Best of order. That's what they say up here in Bingo Land.
Where's my stand?
Where's your stand? Well, you're too cool for a stand.
What sort of amateur stuff is this?
Mr. Fish has joined us, everybody. Come on.
That was forced.
The man whose daughter has more YouTube subscribers than any one of us in this room combined. But we'll not go into that, shall we? No. Okay.
Tally them all. Right. Somebody came up. I really do. I told you I would. I've totally forgot your name already. So, Vic. Right. Vic came up and Vic asked, "How did we get our names?" So how did you get, not Dickie Vegas, but let's say Wildbad Touring,
okay.
Where did that come from?
Wildbad came from, I went on tour with my dad in 2011, I think. We had a month through Europe, first one we've ever done together, fantastic. And it was way before the days of, intercoms where you could chat to each other. So when you've got long old days on the road, you just kind of start going a little bit mental, don't you? And you like talk to yourself, and Anyway, I remembered reading this instructions for directions to the campsite. Yeah. And the instruction said, we're in Germany, and the instruction said, left here, do not go to Bad Wildbad. Oh, it's called Bad Wildbad, because you've gone too far, basically. Do not go there. So I was just riding away, and remembered. For some reason, I was just rereading that in my head, boredom, I suppose. And I just started like talking to myself, like, do not go to Bad Wildbad. And then started doing this stupid, like, weird thing. And then we were all laughing about it on another tour a couple of years later. One of the other lads that came with us were laughing his head off about it. And then I just thought, actually, that's a pretty cool name. Wildbad. So that's where Wildbad Touring came from, just from a moment of probably boredom of me talking to myself about this Bad Wildbad in Germany. There you go.
What about you, Fish?
Well, it all started way back. No, mine's quite simple. My surname is a Fish. So at school, my nickname was Fish. Now I'm an adult, Mr. Fish. Simple. Sorry, boring, but that's all you're going to get.
Mine, TeapotOne, time in the old bill in the Met Police, they have a T-wagon. So if there's a big deployment of old bill, like at a riot, demonstration, anything like that, anywhere where you're going to be for any length of time, they put over the radio and say TeapotOne's been deployed, and it's just a mobile van, like a naffy wagon from the military, where you get.
You actually look like a van.
Thanks. Thanks. Where you get a cup of tea, you know, you get a biscuit, you can have a cigarette or whatever. 10 minutes off the front line, take all your crap off, and then have a break, get back on it. So I was trying to think of a name for my trip, and one of my mates in the job said, "Well, you're taking a break from the old bill. Why don't you call it TeapotOne?" And there was 40,000 coppers in the Met at the time. He said, "You'll have 40,000 coppers sort of have that affinity with the name." So I did, and everyone thinks I'm called TeapotOne now. And
I genuinely had someone saying, I think one of the first times we'd met, and I was saying, it's really nice to meet you, and what a top bloke and everything. And he says, I honestly thought his name was TeapotOne. All these years I've thought it was TeapotOne.
It is now.
It is now, yeah.
Hey up, Tone. Yeah, he calls me Dickie. I'm going to start calling him Tone. Now then, where's old Tony?
Yeah, I've been called Coffee Pot. Oh, I've been called a lot worse, generally by my wife, but yeah. So that's where all that came from. Right, I'll nip across to Instagram. So it's Instagram at TeapotOne Insta. We've got one here. Brian Kuda, most embarrassing moment.
What, in life or on tour or?
Yeah, why not in life? Let's go deep.
Oh, there was a story I very nearly just shared then, but I'm not doing.
Oh, dude.
No. It is the single most embarrassing thing ever, but there's not a chance in hell I am sharing that with you fine people and you fine people.
That's a bit unfair.
I can't. It's a belter as well, but
Listen,
I can't. I've shared it with you when we're
share our life with people. You need to do it now. Come on.
Hang on, let me just... someone else do theirs. Let me think if this is actually suitable or not. I really don't know. It really isn't. You know the story, don't you?
If you don't tell, I'm going to ask Gaz and then I'll tell.
Oh, okay, I can tell it privately. I just don't want the world knowing.
Maybe Gaz can come up and tell.
Are you...
Yeah, he was. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I remember that. Something about tying a bike down.
The story that you're on about...
Oh, there's more.
Just give me a little keyword so I know what you're thinking.
No, I want to know what you're thinking now.
Sorry? That's not what I was thinking.
What'd you say?
I'll happily tell that story.
What?
There was this one time at band camp.
Yeah. I'll tell that story, no problem. You're not a man until that happens. That's the one that Gaz is on about.
What was that? Your what?
Oh, my God.
I'm intrigued now.
Did you say implants?
I can't tell that.
Just whisper it in my ear.
Come on, we're going to run out of battery here. Come on.
Hang on. Right, go to somebody else. Let me think of a way of delivering this little story.
Embarrassing moment.
Embarrassing moment.
Fish.
In life. I'm not going in life.
Pay attention.
Well, I haven't got one. So, in life, I'm not saying that you haven't got any attention span. We know that. I'm going to go back to your clan ride out the other week.
Oh yeah,
that was quite embarrassing.
Yeah, that was a little bit
so
awkward.
There were a few that were on that trip that know this story.
Okay.
I've got an Africa Twin DCT. This is a thing to learn if you've got a DCT bike, and I learned it the hard way, quite comically, but the hard way. We were in a petrol station. There was loads of 35 of us.
Yeah.
35 of us. And this guy pulls in his, what was it, stunning car, wasn't it? Beautiful car. 2004 Toyota Celica. He was arguing with people, or getting irate because people were in his way. So I thought I'd do the nice thing and back my bike out of the way to let him through. I had it in Sport 2 mode. I put my foot down, there was a hole. I missed my foot in, and accelerated straight into him. I rammed his door.
Twice.
Yeah, that's what I was coming to. As I rammed the door, the bike started to go over. So I grabbed the handlebars again, still in gear. So I rammed him a second time. So that's the downside of a DCT bike.
The best part is, what did you say to him when he got out?
I said, it's a good job you haven't got a nice car.
The bloke was not happy.
Didn't go down too well. And then he came back with, it's my pride and joy, to which I replied, really, you need to aim a little bit higher. So, yeah, that was quite recent. So, over to Bruce.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Most embarrassing. Sheesh. Oh, blimey. I don't get embarrassed anymore.
Should do.
I know, yeah, I should do. Yeah. Thick skin. Very, very thick skin. I can't think of anything. Do yours and then I'll think.
Man. People don't want to hear that, I promise.
We do. We do.
I want to know. Who else wants to know? I think you're wrong there, Rich.
I will say, if I tell this story, from this moment out, we will all have a different relationship. I could tell that one in Spain, or I could tell the one in Croatia, and rope you in as well. Yeah.
Look at Egon. He's sweating. That's
okay.
good.
I'm going to tell. It's not necessarily embarrassing. It's funny, and I'm proud of it actually. Not the Spain one, the Croatia. When we went on has anyone seen our Croatia tour that we did? Right. So look at Egon, everybody. Right. So this is a massive trip. We've never done anything this big. And I don't know where the children are. The children out. Anyway, so we've gone down to Croatia. So we've done this trip all the way down, all these other countries. I can't remember now, top of my head. Where's my geography? My geography's just gone. The first night in Croatia, I was like, Zadar? Northern Croatia. Zadar? Everybody? I think so. Anyway, we got to Zadar. And it's like, we are in Croatia on our own bikes. I'd already got a love affair with the VFR. And now we've made it to Croatia on our own bikes. And this is Egon's first tour. This is where you became Egon. Because for everybody that don't know, his name's actually Rob. But no one calls him Rob. And I find it weird when people do call him Rob. Even that weird that even his mum and dad didn't call him Rob. They didn't, did they? They called you Michael. Which is totally bizarre. But anyway, so...
You Northerners are weird, man.
It gets weirder. So, the first night in Croatia, we all like, right, full-on celebration mode. We are in Croatia. We felt like we were kings of the world. We've made it to Croatia, so we got very drunk. Very, very drunk. On a massive campsite. Massive campsite. Somehow, I don't know why or how, we got split up on the way back to the tents. I got lost, Egon got lost. And the next bit, we were totally, what? Yeah, full-on blind drunk. Anyway, this is where our relationship might change a little bit, folks, so I apologise. So Egon's absolutely smashed. I'm absolutely smashed on the other side of the campsite, almost crying because I can't find my tent. Everywhere just looked the same. Like in New York, if anyone's been to New York, you take a left, you take a left, you're like, it all looks the same. I can't find. Anyway, so couldn't find this tent, absolutely smashed. One of the other guys who was not so smashed came and found me. He's like, mate, I found Rob. He's not in a good way. I found him trying to get into someone else's caravan. And he shit himself. And I went, I have too. So Dave, this other guy, basically had to be our mums and wash us both down in the shower because we were too drunk to do anything. And they were my best shorts and they're still in Croatia somewhere. Oh my God!
What did they say?
But anyway, the funniest thing about this, the other day, this Dave, we've not really seen him for a long time. sending me a couple of messages. I was in my van, and my van reads the text messages to me. And he sent a message. I said, press the button. Oh, can you read the text message? Hi, Dave said, ha, ha, ha. I've been thinking about the Croatia trip. This is in an American voice for some reason. And that the time came up when you got smashed in Croatia. And I found Rob trying to get into somebody else's tent. And I said, are you all right, Rob? He said, no, I shit myself. And Rich has too. This was the van that read it to me. I was driving down the road. Like, oh my God, read again, read again, read again, read again. Sorry about that, folks, but you know, you're not a real man until you've done that.
There's an old adage, what goes on tour stays on tour.
Well, I've just shared it with a live audience and the world. I forgot that the world were watching. I just thought this is going to stay with the Wildbad Weekender. It's not, is it?
No.
Shit.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's only about 10,000 downloads a week. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Oh, yeah.
No chance. Actually,
That was a good one.
it's on the similar genre to that one, so we'll just... No point telling that story.
Is there a theme?
My
Is
dad
there
will be
a
laughing
theme
his
here?
head off because he was the one that found me.
Is there a theme here?
Used to be. Not anymore.
I just thought of something that I was a little bit embarrassed about this. My stag do. I'll keep it as clean as I can. But I missed my flight for my stag do because I forgot my passport twice. So all my mates took off and I stood outside the airport waiting for my mate to come with my passport. He was running it to me on the bike. Didn't get there in time. So I watched all my mates take off. So they've arrived. I can't even remember where we went, to be perfectly honest. Belgrade or somewhere. But they've been there for like 5 or 6 hours before I get there. So I get to the airport, I have to get a taxi to where we were staying, and I'm met by the concierge who's like, Mr. Smart, your friends have left this. You have to wear this. So I'm looking, I'm like, what's this? And they got me one of these morph suits, you know, like skin tight, lycra, which would probably fit
blue,
Andy,
blue.
maybe.
What colour was it?
Green. Bright green, right? A Power Ranger morph suit. And it would fit TMF maybe and look snug. Well, you might have noticed, I'm a bit of a lardy chap.
He's like Dwayne Johnson,
So,
as he said earlier.
Yeah, absolutely no. So I put this on and it left nothing to the imagination. And it was cold, that's all I'm going to say. So I put this on and I'm sat in the reception thinking, this is just not fun. I'm not enjoying this. All my mates are hammered and sending me text messages about how good a time they're having. And I'm stone cold sober, dressed like an idiot. And then this stunning Eastern European woman turns up and she's like, Bruce, I'm here. I have to take you on a pub crawl. Come with me. So I'm now getting dragged around this town, where the hell we were, Belgrade or something. And she's just feeding me full of shots for hour upon hour upon hour upon hour. And all these women were coming up going, can I have a selfie with you? And I was just like, well, this is great. This is all, the suits. Wow, okay, great. What I didn't know was my mates were following behind and they were sending up all these women to get selfies on their phones. So when it turned up to my wedding, they've got pictures of me all around Eastern Europe. It was disgusting, this suit. I think I've shown you the picture, haven't I?
You haven't, but I need to see it.
Oh my God, it's outrageous.
It'll be on my Instagram in the morning.
That's something I'm not
We could
particularly
use
proud
that as
of.
the thumbnail for the podcast.
Thank you very much to Turner and Woody et al. Who organised all that. You, I'll not say what you are.
Children remember.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's weird trying to keep it children.
I know, because normally your Bru Time is full of it, isn't it?
Well, it's alcohol.
I tell you what it is as well, because we all have these channels, and I'm sure I don't know what you were like at the beginning, or you for that matter, but before I had an audience at all, I just made videos now swearing and being a bit of a dick,
I never
really.
did that.
But then realised I've got a daughter, I don't want to listen to that. So now it doesn't happen, But doing your Bru Time, it's like almost like a release. Like I'm allowed to do it. Come on, it's like Tourette's. I need to.
The first few were particularly drunken, very drunken. Right, okay, we'll move across to Facebook. So that's just TeapotOne on Facebook. We have Andrew Gibbs. Are you all amazed by the response to your YouTube, and what impact has it had on your daily lives? Well, totally changed mine. Yeah, it's been brilliant, really. I sort of finished my trip and was a wee bit lost at the end of the trip. Wasn't sure what I was going to do, and I missed the interaction I had with people whilst I was away, and just started doing the vids again, and it went well, did well. I got the old interaction back and loved it. So for me, it's just sort of become life really now.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, same. It's a little bit different for you, but it's amazing. I love every single bit of it, and it is just like, I don't know. I'm getting a bit drunk. I can't remember what you said. What was it?
How's YouTube impacted on your daily life? Yeah.
It's weird, really, to think that little silver bike at the back of the room really has changed my life.
Yeah.
You know, that you lot wouldn't be in this room without that silver VFR.
Is that the one you took to? Yeah.
America, yes, I did. Watched it get put on the plane. And Egon's. All right, Egon, do you want to come and say something? You're a bit oiled, I can tell. Good lad. Remember you singing in a bit.
What about you, Fish? Because obviously your whole family's involved in it now. They've all got their own channels and stuff.
Well, not my whole family.
All right, okay, your daughters.
Yeah. Well, it changed my life. This sounds like a weird therapy session I'm about to have.
The Bru Times are therapy sessions.
Yeah, it is basically. Now, before YouTube, I had a camera and I had a massive accident. And after I had the accident, I said, I'm always going to put the camera on. So I researched to find out what it was all about. Then I discovered people were actually filming and talking. Now, you're going to find this hard to believe, you two, but I'm very shy and reserved. I'm laughing at myself now. I was shy and reserved. I would never approach a stranger. I would never... That sounds weird, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hi there.
Not legally, anyway. So I'd never go out there. I'd never put myself out there. I'd never put myself in a position to be embarrassed. And then I started YouTube, and it is like a therapy for me. I went to America on my own to a meetup, a YouTube meetup, and I knew no one there. Now, I would never have gone to I wouldn't have even gone around the block to meet someone I didn't know, to a meetup, a bike meetup. I wouldn't have turned up to something like this on my own. Never. But YouTube has sort of like brought that out of me, where I've got a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
And I can make an idiot of myself. I almost swore then.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
That's how it's really sort of like changed me, and I love it. It's a hobby that gives a lot more back than you put in, which I like.
Yeah, definitely. Next one, Nick Lascaris. My question: what song do you hum in your helmet after a near miss? Oh. We're talking about like accidents, cars, or
means something different to me.
yeah.
I don't know.
All right, let's just say what song do you hum in your lid? Your go-to sing song.
Well, for me, having a beautiful little daughter, we're always singing, Twinkle Twinkle, all the time. So I'm probably singing that. Seriously? Or what? You know what? Yeah, seriously, yeah. Without even realising I'm doing it, because we sing all the time, don't we? And I'm probably singing, a child song.
Mine's Country Road. I'm constantly singing Country Road in my head.
Serious?
Yeah.
We'll do that tonight if you want.
No, you're all right. This is my last beer.
I think
my
you should.
last beer now.
How's about not singing it in your head? We can sing it to everybody. Let's try it. Let's try and do that tonight, shall we? Yeah. Bruce just said in front of his audience and my audience that he's going to sing it tonight.
I hate you all, and I hate you in particular.
You don't. You love it.
Oh, definitely. I'll sing that. No bother. Funny you should say that.
Get me a acoustic guitar. Let's do it on your podcast now.
Remember we tried that in the first one? That didn't work.
Can you get me my acoustic guitar? Please.
Oh no!
We can try it. It won't be heard very well, but we can try it, can't we?
It'll get copyrighted.
I can't even remember
Can't do
how
that. Yeah, you can't. We'll get done.
Is that still happening on copyright?
It's all right, I won't be
You're just trying it on, aren't you?
I'm grasping at straws. I ain't got a clue. Yeah, well,
Hang on, you two keep chatting. I'm going to go.
YouTube, it'll copyright it.
YouTube.
What? You never always sing it?
No,
Sorry,
no. It's a cover version. You'll be all right.
It won't sound like it anyway. So
It will not sound like
I'll
it.
guarantee it
There's
won't.
no algorithm that's going to pick up on that. I don't even know if I can remember how to play it.
Do you know the words? I don't even know the words.
I've got my phone on me. So I
Hang
can't
on.
even bring it up.
Right, I'm not going to sing, am I? So I'll put that down there.
I ain't singing.
Can anyone hear that?
Oh, Jesus. Right, hang on. You utter fuck.
He's just getting the words up.
Hang on. I think it is. Tell me when I'm started.
What's the first word?
When I wake up.
When I wake up.
Well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going along with you. When I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who get drunks next to you. And when I haver, hey, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who'd walk 1,000 miles to fall down at you. Let's do it. Da 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 da. I'll do you. Thank you very much.
It's turned into a busking session.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Get the hat out, you'll sing. No problem. Right, let's go. We've been cracking on here. This is nearly an hour and a half. So, last one from these questions. Dave Wilton. If you all had to describe your personality by describing yourself as a make and model of bike, not necessarily the bike you ride, what would you be? Ooh. Ooh.
Without insulting any bikes.
Don't worry about that.
That's the hard bit. What would I be as a bike?
Well, how about we do it for each other?
I'd be... Oh, OK.
Oh no, that's... No.
No? All right, OK.
I'm going to say I'd be a KTM of any description because I'm temperamental.
Because you break down all the time.
I'm powerful.
Yeah. Hard to live with.
And I'm passionate. But temperamental more than anything.
And a really good ride.
And a really good ride. Should be like that. not even like that.
Go on.
I don't know. Something slow. Bit lardy.
No, that's me. That's not you.
GS maybe.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh,
talk about.
You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Check your subscriber count. It'll have just gone down a bit.
No, I don't mean that. Something that everyone's ridden then. Oh, GS.
That's a GS.
Yes, we're back to GS. So sorry. It's got to be slow and lardy. What can that be? What's slow and lardy? Harley Davidson, yeah. I steered away from that because I know there's one up there. But yeah, probably. Old engineering.
What about the Honda Dolville?
Well, the old one. Yeah, no. I wouldn't do that to myself.
They run on coal, don't they?
Jeez. Yeah, you get a free canary with them.
How dare you? Nothing wrong with the Duville. I think there's an owner in here. Any owners of a Duville in here?
Dulville.
Anybody?
Dulville.
No? Oh, okay, slate it then. Go for it.
How long we got?
Not long.
Right, Bruce.
God, what bike would I be? Jeesh. Older than it looks. Oh, God. A what?
Honda Melody.
Honda Melody.
With a basket.
Cheers, Captain Pugwash. Thanks, man. Cheers. That'll do.
Whenever I think of you, I think of that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Does anyone know who Captain Pugwash is? You seen his bike with the large appendage stuck onto the front? That's him. The gentleman who ran who's
across the field today naked.
That's him. That's the one. Has anyone else in the crowd got any questions before we start to sum it up here? There must be some questions. Come on. There's a hand up at the back there. What's that?
When is the band coming on?
You just had it. We just did
That's it. That's it.
An even bigger, big little adventure.
Who asked that question?
Right at the very back.
Thank you very much. We would love to do that again. It was the best thing ever. But I think someone said the other day, we should now do it. We've done it on the C90s and the Cinis. We should do it on 3 monkeys.
Oh, yeah. Where we
Those
going? What we
monkeys
doing?
are amazing.
I'll be up for that. Yeah.
Where we
definitely.
going?
And the other thing is, you know, because Bruce,
Will.
for those that don't know, Bruce is always coming up with crackers ideas. Crackers. He went around the world, didn't he?
Really?
And he's always the one that's like, well, let's do this, let's do that. I'm like, Bruce, I'm not doing that, pal. And then the other day, he, you know, gets this Sinus 125 and decides to ride the whole way around the UK in about, how long?
2.5 days. I wouldn't recommend it. It really is not fun.
Did you like the whole...
Yeah, right. Well, no, I did the four corners, so like where
Land's
I am.
End.
Yeah, Land's End, St David's, John O'Groats, Nest Point, and back home. Yeah, about 2,500 miles. It's not fun. Don't do it.
On a Sinus 125?
On a Sinus 125, yeah.
Okay, what are these Sinus bikes like? Because they keep asking me to do it. And you two have banged on about them a bit, so I just think I'm not bothered.
I never rode. The only 125s I'd ever ridden was on my CVT, so I had no real experience of them. But bearing in
The
mind,
only thing I remember about Sinus, sorry to cut you off there, is when we did the big little.
Brakes.
You in my ears going, brakes,
Yeah.
brakes!
Yeah.
I haven't got any brakes at all.
Brakes aren't good, but then I am 20 stone. I am a lardy lump, so they're not designed for 6'3", 20 stone, you know, fat middle-aged men. They're designed for sort of young folk getting into bikes. So I'd imagine the brakes wouldn't be that much of an issue for someone that's half my weight. But
Every single time I come to the corner, you know where we all stopped on the big group
quite
ride?
interested.
All those that did the group ride, you know where we stopped before the refreshment stop down at the Blue John Cavern? We filled the car park up. That real bad corner there. Every single time I ride that corner, I can hear Bruce in my head going, brakes! Because we're all, me and Fish at the front, like almost racing on these C90s. And I kept saying to him, we've got a real bad left-hander coming up in a minute. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. We're all just laughing and giggling. And Bruce is obviously not listening. And if anyone remembers that corner, it's not a 90, it's almost a hairpin. Yeah. Oh my God, right! And every single time he said it, I'm like this. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me.
It made it exciting. But yeah, we want to do something, definitely. We're just trying to think, trying to get time off work, get all the logistics.
That was the best trip. That was a great trip.
The problem is it takes so long because they're slow.
Yeah.
So you've got to have more days off.
We went off-roading and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, Honda, thank you very much.
If you've never done
that
it...
was my bike. You two had loan.
Yeah, that's
was
your
my
I forget that was your
bloody
bike, yeah.
If you've never done it, get yourselves a little 125 or just a little CC bike and just have some fun. It is mega.
It really is. It really is.
You pinned all the time.
That trip...
And you're doing 35, 40 mile an hour. You will have the best time of your life.
That trip would not have been anywhere near as good or as funny if we'd have done it on big bikes. Nowhere near.
No.
And
It had just
we'd all be dead
it had
anyway.
just been three blokes going for a ride. That's it.
If we was on fast bikes, we would have died on that trip.
So watch this space. There will be a sort of part 2 for sure.
Yeah.
Anyone else got any
100%.
other questions? Yep.
You've made a TV show like the Grand Tour. What characters would you pick? After Jeremy Clarkson, Rich Salmon, or James Knight?
All right. So if we're going to do the
Clarkson.
Grand Tour, who would be which
Clarkson.
character? What, me?
Yeah, the big arrogant one.
Oh, you learn something new every day.
So I'm going to be catching slow, so...
I'm going to say, I'll be hammered. I'll be happy with
Yeah,
hammered.
you're the good-looking one.
All right, that's that then.
Little lad at the back.
Right, folks, I'm very conscious of the time. We droned on here for like an hour and a half, so bar is open. Thank you very much for joining us for this episode of Bru Time.
Thank you very much for listening, everybody.
Thank you very much for
having us.
coming on.
And thank you to Bruce, and thank you to all you viewers out there with Bru Time.
Folks, hope you've enjoyed this one. Keep on. If you're not yet following, if you're not subscribed on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, make sure you do. If you're on Apple Podcasts, please do leave a review. 5 stars is awesome. If you're watching the video, check out the show notes. There'll be links to everybody here. And keep doing your thing. Keep on getting out there. Look after those that you love. But most importantly, live your life. Woo-ha!
Thank you very much, everybody. Bruce, everybody, come on. I'm Mr. Fish.
Cheers, folks. Appreciate it.
That was awesome.